Had a revelation of Jesus, John 3:14-16. As Moses lifted up the snake in the wilderness, so the Son of Man must be lifted up, and that everyone who believes may have eternal life. So, wait, in the Garden of Eden, the devil tempted Adam and Eve. Those two trees. There was a tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and then there was a tree of life. So the serpent in the Garden of Eden tempted Adam and Eve to eat the fruits of the tree of knowledge, right? And that's why the angel said, now you have become like us, gods. You know between right and wrong. So in the second coming of that fallen one that you mentioned, the morning star, the bright morning star, who fell from heaven, came to test mankind again. And this time, he did not test you for life. He did not test you for knowledge, of eternal knowledge. No, he tested you of life. And there was, like I said, there was two gardens, there was two trees in the Garden of Eden. And the other tree was the tree of life. So that serpent that was in heaven tempted Adam and Eve, he came to earth to tempt mankind to give you everlasting life. It's the same serpent, like it says on Revelations. On the passage I just quoted, I think it was Revelation. It says, I am that bright morning star. All tradition believed that, which was Gnosticism. You say it's heretics, but that was the original teachings. Until it was written down in 18 something, which you believe partially, because there is many books missing from it.
So let me just address what the brother is saying. So what we've got, can you just help me? Can you pull up tell me the passage for Exodus with the bronze serpent? So let's just address what Mr. Brown is doing. So Mr. Brown and the one in Exodus, do you know it? Okay. So let us just address what Mr. Brown is saying. So, in terms of, now the troll here wants to debate, but I'm going to debate this troll after I finish with Mr. Brown, and then he's going to run away. Watch what happens. So, Mr. Brown thinks that by simply repeating, oh, the brighter morning star, that somehow, by repeating that, he makes the argument. He did not address the fact that Isaiah chapter 14 clearly talks about the king of Babylon. So, what does Mr. Brown do? He comes up with another spurious argument, trying to connect the serpent that is talked about in Genesis that deceived Adam and Eve with the serpent that Moses was commanded to make in the book of Exodus, in which God commands them to make a bronze snake so that those who look upon it will be healed because they are being bitten by snakes. These two things are completely different. The bronze snake that Moses was commanded to make in Exodus is not in any way connected to the snake in Genesis. Mr. Brown is simply seeing the word snake in one book, seeing the word snake in another book, and then going, well, they must be the same thing. Well, by this logic, every time that the Bible mentions the word king, it must be talking about the same king. And every time it mentions the word chariot, it must be talking about the same chariot. This kind of logic is completely nonsense. It's completely rubbish. It doesn't work. Furthermore, he said that in Isaiah 14 that it talked about the man falling from heaven, and that therefore he insisted that these words should be taken literally. I invite Mr. Brown to read the passage again, because the passage is clearly using metaphors. Listen to the metaphors. It says that the whole earth is at rest and quiet. They break forth into singing. The cypresses exalt you, the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since you were laid low. Do you really believe the Bible is inviting you to believe that reading stupid Islamic websites that make silly arguments against Christianity that he never bothers to